Most people never make it to a finished rough draft. So, how do we actually do it? I thought I would consult with someone that has written so many books. It's kind of like he's on autopilot, and that's Stephen King. I want to share with you the writing secrets that I learned from reading this book, Stephen King on Writing. I actually got the audiobook at first, and I ended up listening to it twice. I'm Karen Wilson. Welcome back to my channel. I'm an indie author as well, and so I know how hard it is sometimes to be staring at a blank page, right? You are not alone. Stephen King is a master for a reason. Takeaway number one is the discipline. Stephen King says to read voraciously, right? So that you can look at other people's work, and I'm going to circle back to that in a second, and write relentlessly. So that's showing up every single day. He kind of throws to the curb the idea that if you have the intention to write, the muse will show up. Inspiration does not show up, but the discipline does. So if you sit down and you write every single day, you're going to continue to write every single day like a habit. Now, when I heard these two things, I thought, okay, I feel like as a writer, I'm doing something right. I sit down and I write most days, and I don't wait for the muse to show up. When the muse shows up, it's quite nice. But something that I wasn't doing very often is reading other people's work. And the argument that he states in there is the fact that, when you read other writing, you're able to point out and locate where you are as a writer. So you're going to read other writing that is definitely probably better than you, better than your writing. But instead of feeling bitter, think about the things that you like about it. Then you're also going to read or listen to something that is going to make you go, I kind of think my writing might be better. And so you're going to be able to locate yourself in that. So one of the takeaways that you can do, in something that I did, is that instead of choosing to scroll on my phone, I have books everywhere, and I also have more audiobooks. And what I'm finding is that it's enriching my life. It's helping me see exactly what he's talking about how you're able to recognize different styles of writing, and actually I can locate myself in my writing identity, which is a real beautiful thing because it helps to validate oneself. It helps to give me confidence in the things that I'm putting down on the page. So that's one of the things that I wanted to share with you, because as a writer, a lot of times we're doing these things in private. We're our own worst judge at things like that. You've heard that all your life. So read often. It doesn't mean that you're going to go out and you're going to copy another writer. It means that you can start to, put yourself in that identity. Another thing he talks about under the discipline in his book is the fact that he goes for part of his writing process is to go for a 2-hour walk before he starts writing. And I'm like, wow, that's great. I have part of it right. I go for a walk every day, and usually it's 30 minutes after I write. So it's a really interesting takeaway there. The second takeaway I had from listening to the book multiple times and now having it in my hand, which I'm excited about, is the 2 stages of writing. He talks about as the door closed versus the door open. So the way he talks about it is like when you're in your creative, basically getting all of the unique stuff, the first draft out of your head and onto the paper. That's something to do in the closed door, meaning nobody knows what's going on the page but you. Because at that point, it is very, you can be very, very vulnerable. You might feel like if someone is reading your work and they give you some suggestions when you're still kind of shaping everything, it can kind of throw you for a loop or a curveball. There comes a point where the door comes open when he's working on his second draft. So once the door is open, you're still on a working draft. He gives you permission to shift the belief that your first readers need to have a perfect draft in front of them. That's so far from the truth. And then also the fact that there really is no garbage writing. Like sometimes something just might not be right for right now. And then you just put it away and it marinates in your brain, or it marinates or it gets forgotten about. And then all of a sudden it's back in your lap and you're ready to shape it into something different. So as a writer, know that there are no garbage days. You sit down and you write and you do the work that's in front of you on a consistent schedule, and it will serve you in the end. The last point that I want to make today that Stephen King makes in his book is the power of truth. So this kind of piggybacks on what we've been talking about. You want to shift the belief that you have to sound like the academic, right? You want to shift the belief that you want to sound all polished to be a successful author. Honesty over, accolades or that's storytelling. Throughout this book, he consistently gives permission to be exactly who you are on the page, 100%. And this is why it's super important to have, the closed door and then the open door. And especially in this time and stage, if you outsource your editing process to anything that is a large language model, right? It's what's going to come back in your face is perfection. So that is not going to get you on the top seller list. When you tell your stories in your book, it has to be like ridiculously obvious that it's in your voice. And there is no amount of AI that can actually, do that, right? Because it's perfect. I decided that when I felt like I needed a little bit of a push, a little bit of a mentor in writing as we're moving so quickly into this new dichotomy of coexisting with AI and art being AI and content being written by AI, I wanted to learn from one of the pros, one of the masters themselves that has been writing for years and years and years with just things that are falling out of his head. So I turned to Stephen King on writing, and I would recommend that if you're a little stuck, you do the same. Stephen King's advice has given me a lot of validation, a lot of confidence in what I'm doing for myself, but doing the work is where the book actually happens. So that's why on this channel, I started doing a few little work with me sessions. And if you just need to sit down and do the work instead of consuming all these other ways of doing the work, or the framework, you just need the time and space to get the work done, hey, you can hang out with me for half an hour and just type away. I've queued up some music there. I'll also queue up another playlist for you if you're like really struggling on some sort of creative nonfiction, which is memoir style of writing your story. I have a perfect framework for you that you could download. I'll make sure that it's linked in the description below. I got your back. We're here to write. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.